order and progress are the two main goals of society. These words belong to Auguste Comte, who introduced the social sciences into our lives. Comte was the first thinker to try to prove to the world that sociology, like chemistry and physics, is also a science. In this video, we will explore how sociology became a science, Comte's role in this process, and why his ideas are still important today. If you're ready, let's begin. Before sociology was born, in the Middle Ages, people explained society only through the lens of religion. Kings were believed to be chosen by God, and social order was based on a divine plan. The basic mindset was as follows: humans are born, go through a trial in this world, and this trial was entirely a religious one. If they succeeded, they would transition to an eternal life of peace. The world at that time was merely a resting place for ordinary people. However, things began to change in the 18th century. The Enlightenment period arrived, and thinkers like Voltaire, Rousseau, and Montesquieu began to question society, placing reason and science at the center. For example, Voltaire, opposing the authority of the church, asked, "Why do we live this way?" These questions pushed people to understand society not only through tradition, but also through logic. However, there was still a problem during this period. Society was not being studied systematically. There was philosophy, there was history, but there was no discipline that approached society as a science. This is exactly where Auguste Comte came into play. Auguste Comte was born in 1798 in France. He grew up amidst revolutions, wars, and chaos. The echoes of the French Revolution were still felt, and there was great uncertainty in society. Comte witnessed this turmoil and thought, "To understand society, we need science, not religion or philosophical speculation." Comte was interested in mathematics and science from a young age. He studied at the famous École Polytechnique in Paris, but due to his rebellious nature, he was expelled. Still, he didn't give up. In the 1830s, he began writing a monumental work called The Course of Positive Philosophy, and it was here in 1838 that he first used a word that would go down in history: sociology. So why sociology? He combined the Latin word socius, meaning society, and the Greek word logos, meaning science. According to Comte, sociology would study society like a laboratory through observation, analysis, and evidence. According to Comte, his greatest contribution was the philosophy of positivism. What does positivism mean? Simply put, it is the production of knowledge based solely on observable facts. Comte argued that human thought goes through three stages. Theological stage. Everything is explained through God or supernatural forces. 2. Metaphysical stage. This is the stage where abstract concepts and philosophical discussions take the forefront. 3. The positive stage. Scientific methods are used, and facts are verified through observation. According to Comte, sociology was the pinnacle of this positive stage. In his view, there were natural sciences like physics or chemistry, but human society could also be studied in the same way. Comte divided sociology into two main branches. A. Static sociology. This branch asks how society's order, structures, and institutions work. B. Dynamic sociology. This branch seeks answers how society changes and evolves. This distinction remains one of the foundational pillars of sociology today. Comte made sociology a science, but his ideas were not universally accepted. For instance, some found his positivism too rigid. We can't explain everything with science. What about human emotions? They argued. Additionally, Comte's idea of a positive religion in his later years, seeing science as a sort of religion, surprised many and received some criticism. Nevertheless, we can say that his impact was significant. Great sociologists like Emil Durkheim and Max Weber followed in Comte's footsteps, developing sociology further. Today, we try to understand everything, from education to crime rates, social media to cultural changes, through sociology. Comte's dream came true. Society is now a subject of science. Auguste Comte believed in the power of science to understand society in a chaotic world. Thanks to him, sociology now guides us in every area of our lives. So, why do you think understanding our society is important? Share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video. Goodbye.